This is King Menander, a wise and sharp-minded Greek ruler considered one of the greatest of his time. He ruled a vast empire in the Indian subcontinent. A fearless debater, King Menander was unmatched in intellect, until he met someone extraordinary. And this is Venerable Nāgasena, a Buddhist monk who had attained enlightenment. His deep understanding of the Dhamma, from the simplest to the most profound teachings, left even the mighty King Menander humbled. And this is how it begins. Once, Venerable Nāgasena sat surrounded by 80,000 monks. King Menander asked his minister, "Who is the leader of these monks?" The minister replied, "They follow Venerable Nāgasena, Your Majesty." Hearing this, King Menander felt an overwhelming sense of awe and unease. He instructed the minister, "Do not tell me which one is Nāgasena. I want to figure it out myself." The king scanned the gathering and spotted one monk sitting calmly, fearless, like a lion. The king immediately knew, that is Nāgasena, and once again he felt a deep sense of unease, realizing he would face an unbeatable opponent in debate. King Menander approached Venerable Nāgasena, exchanged pleasantries, and sat respectfully. He asked,
"Venerable, what name are you known by?"
"Your Majesty, people call me Nāgasena. My parents named me Nāgasena, Surasena, or Virasena. But these are just names, labels, and conventions. In truth, there is no person named Nāgasena."
If there is no person, then who accepts robes, food, and medicine? Who practices virtue, meditation, and attains enlightenment? Who does good or evil? If no one exists, then isn't there no consequence for actions? And wouldn't killing you bear no sin? If you are not a person, then who ordained you? What in you is Nāgasena? Is it your hair?
"No, Your Majesty."
The king continued,
Your body hair, nails, teeth, skin, flesh, tendons, bones, marrow, kidneys, heart, liver, membranes, spleen, lungs, intestines, stomach, bile, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat, tears, oil, saliva, mucus, joints, urine, brain.
"No, Your Majesty."
Is Nāgasena your body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, or consciousness, or something beyond these?
"No, Your Majesty."
If none of these is Nāgasena, then there is no Nāgasena. You are speaking nonsense.
At this point, Nāgasena turned the question around.
"Your Majesty, you are a king. When you walk at noon, if you step on the sun-scorched ground, on the hot sand, on the hard gravel, both your feet will be sore. You will be in trouble. Your mind will be troubled, and suffering will arise. Do you walk or use a vehicle?"
Of course, I will use my chariot to travel by.
"If Your Majesty comes by chariot, please tell me about the chariot. I beg your pardon. Are the seats the chariot?"
No, Venerable.
"What is a chariot, then? Is it the seat, the wheels, the axle, the reins, the yoke?"
No, Venerable.
"Is the chariot something other than these parts?"
No, Venerable.
"May I ask, Your Majesty, but I still have not seen that chariot. Is it a sound chariot? Is chariot, Your Majesty?"
No, Venerable.
"In the word chariot, where exactly is the chariot, Your Majesty? Your words are inconsistent and false. There is no such thing as a chariot. Your Majesty, you are regarded as the greatest king of all. Who are you afraid of that would make you speak falsely?"
Thus, the king was unable to confirm the existence of what is called a chariot. When Venerable Nāgasena said this, the The 500 attendants of King Menander applauded him and respectfully addressed the king, saying, "Your Majesty, now that you have been shown the truth, please give your response, Your Majesty."
Venerable Nāgasena, I did not speak falsely. It is through the axle, the wheels, the framework, the roof, and the other parts of the chariot that the term chariot exists. It is merely a name, a designation, a convention, and a form of expression.
Your Majesty, it is good that you understand what a chariot is. In the same way, I exist as Nāgasena through the hair, the body, the brain, the physical form, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. These give rise to the term Nāgasena. But in ultimate reality, there is no person or self called Nāgasena.
Just as the term chariot exists because of its components, in the same way, the term being exists because of the aggregates. King Menander then exclaimed,
Amazing, Venerable Nāgasena, truly astonishing. The way you answered these profound questions with such extraordinary wisdom is remarkable. If the Buddha were still alive, he would surely have praised you, saying, well done, Nāgasena. You have answered these intricate questions magnificently.